Well, Mr. Arora,
Thank
how do
you.
you in fact see that aspect of it as well? More languages, better, again, whether it's the burden and then the transferable jobs, India being a complex language sensitive country, I won't say language centric country, language sensitive country, because everyone is very sensitive about their languages. So being a language sensitive country, I think the government thought that it is better to have more knowledge of languages, but then there are a large group of children who have parents who have transferable jobs. That is an aspect that has to also be addressed.
Absolutely. And you know what, Mr. Arora, if I could just add to that question, one aspect is, of course, of the linguistic burden, but what Varghese was talking about the irrelevance of the board exams altogether. Do you think this NCF is a step in the right direction to bring back that relevance?
Sure. So looking at a roadblock, instead look at it as an opportunity. Today, if you see, students usually go outside the state and get into professional education and get into professional jobs also. I have a lot of friends who are students or children from Delhi NCR moving to Bangalore or to Mumbai to work in different multinational companies. Bangalore being a technology hub, Mumbai being an economic hub. Students are moving, and students, in fact, moving into different countries as well. So if in school we have the basic understanding of different languages, it will be easier for a student to learn the advanced level when they get into the professional world. And if you see the people who are living in Bangalore, Mumbai, or in any other city, they do learn the language because they have to live there, they have to stay there, they have to interact with the local people. In fact, almost every urban private school offers an international language also to the students. Why?
Yes.
Because we want to give them a global exposure. So when we are so keen to give the global exposure to our students, to our children, why not give them a national exposure and learn basics of language?
National exposure, basics of language again. Well, another interesting part that I was in fact looking at the kind of proposals that have been made is that when it comes to, we came from a kind of understanding like where you said that those who are pursuing science would only pursue three subjects. You had your bio, physics, chemistry if you are looking for medical, and then maths added to it if you're looking for engineering as well. And you went to all these what I call as coaching sweatshops to a large extent, and then if you had an eye for humanities or geography or
Right.
something else, you never came through those aspects. This multidisciplinary kind of a thing that we started off never happened as such. But now they're saying that let's not have that. Let's have integration of these subjects and have a multidisciplinary approach from the school level itself. So let me bring in Anubha Srivastava into this. How do you think this multidisciplinary approach, is it a thinking that should have been done, or a policy that should have been implemented a long time back, instead of structuring people into science students and humanities students and commerce students? This should have been there long time back, isn't it? Because I would say it is an education caste system that has been put in place. When you say you're a science student, you're on the upper strata, you're a commerce student, a little lower strata, humanities student somewhere, forgotten, and you are considered to be bad student, that's why you chose humanities. But that need not be the case. A lot of humanities students are success stories. They
All
have done
forgotten
well.
children sitting here, man. All forgotten children sitting here.
Actually, yeah, all of us are humanities students. So if they go by my this thing, we are all forgotten children, technically speaking. But yeah, but these aspects still are there. But this multidisciplinary approach that we have taken right now, how do you in fact see this, Anubha Srivastava?
Yeah, this is a very good move, no doubt, and many parents and even students are supporting this move. And like in other countries now, in India also, students will have a lot of options to choose once they are in ninth standard, or maybe from sixth standard onwards, they will get to choose a lot of subjects. So now we have a lot of like in ICSE and ISC board, like I think right from 2-3 years back or 3-4 years back, they have started this concept. The students can choose different languages right from standard 9. Now CBSE has come up with this policy, and later on state boards will also implement. So that will definitely going to help. Suppose a student, because they don't know what is their future after 12th. So students have option. They can opt for commerce. They can opt for economics. They can opt for computers with maths. They can opt for computer, commerce, and maths. There are a lot of options now available, which was not there during our time. We had only either you have to go for maths and science, or you can either go for biology, pure biology, or with biology, maths you can do, or without maths also. We have very limited options. But now, even in colleges, you can see there are so many courses which are now being introduced. So this will definitely help these students because of this multidisciplinary courses, and the students will get used to all these courses in advance. So they will also that will also help them in cracking different entrance exams. That will also help them in the colleges. First, suppose a student who is aspiring to become a doctor, we will definitely, they are studying since first standard. We are studying science and maths. Those who are aspiring to become a doctor or engineer, they are we are already studying those subjects. But now those who are into BBA, those who are into other fields, these students will also get some knowledge right from school level. So it is a very good move which is going to help the students in future.
Right, absolutely. You know, very quickly, because we're running out of time, Arnab, two points that have been made here, beg your pardon. See, like what I was talking about, linguistic burden of the North, absolutely bad. What Sanyogita Sharma here was talking about, she said that we have to understand why these exams are being conducted. Examination versus learning outcome. That needs to be the focus here, isn't it? Do you think that is something that has been laid bare in this new national curriculum framework?
I don't think so. What ma'am said is very different, because exams are there and you obviously have to learn lots of subjects, lots of pattern. But the students who are actually preparing for the things have to focus on exams as well, because they have to get marks to get into other universities. The SWEET is there, but also in SWEET you have to get marks. Learning is a different thing, and you can learn of the subjects that have been there in the NCF. You can learn according in your own way, but you also have to focus on the exam because of to get good universities or good opportunities in your future.
Absolutely. Yeah. And I had multidisciplinary Varghese in my undergraduate studies, and I thought I was one of those lucky people who back in the day was in an institution that promoted something like this. And in my school also, like I told you, my friend who's now working in the National Geographic was a biology student who took geography with his biology. So I mean, you have to understand and see where the dots actually connect. And the biggest thing is that the student gets agency. The student chooses for themselves, and that I think will help them mature earlier than they usually do. I mean, the Gen Z, the millennials, the boomers, we've also sort of like categorized students in various generations. I think that the latest generation that's coming up needs that kind of flexibility.